Come to your neighborhood, though. Go to your neighborhood. We want to see you walk around Queens. Go walk around Queens, man.
Queens energy in the air. Young Buck just jumped on live and straight up called out 50 Cent to walk through Queens with zero security. This came right after 50 clowned him with a savage AI meme on his own birthday, no less. So what exactly did 50 post that pushed Buck to this point, and did this just spark an 18-year feud all over again? He can't win like this. Let's break it down.
At least I know you ain't looking at my ass. Oh shit. So he puts up a Broilla post and he says, they mad because you're up.
Around March 14th and 15th, 2026, Young Buck's 45th birthday weekend, David Darnell Brown, Nashville OG, a core piece of G-Unit back when they had the whole rap scene on lock, was just out here living life, staying in his lane. No drama, no tension, just vibes. The man wasn't bothering anybody. He set up what he called a rodeo-style birthday bash at his spot. Locker room turned Nashville saloon. Horses pulling up, cowboy hats everywhere, pure Southern flavor all around. It was a full scene. No shortcuts, just celebration energy. And he wasn't hiding it either. Buck dropped a bunch of clips on IG, real laid-back footage.
Cups. What's up, OG? Yes, sir.
And GT1. You got GT1.
You did, like, come where you from, You know what I'm saying?
Him riding through his block on horseback, stopping to talk with people, shaking hands, showing love to folks who've been rocking with him forever. It felt real, not staged, not forced. No sneak disses, no coded messages, no tension at all. Just a grown man celebrating another year with people who actually matter to him. That kind of energy is rare, and you could feel it through the screen. You could see it clearly.
You know, the gimmick is up, homie. We all looking at you. What's up, OG? How you doing, baby? I'm good, man.
Buck out there on his birthday, right in the streets, surrounded by his people. The community showing him love, OGs giving respect, neighbors stepping in with handshakes and hugs. Nothing fake about it. That's what it looks like when somebody is really connected to where they come from. And Buck was soaking it all in. Every second, you could tell this meant something deeper than just a party. You good, man. That was the tone. In that live, Buck stayed in full celebration mode.
It is. I'm out here with them real riders, man.
It is, baby.
Real riders, man.
It is, baby.
We really do this.
Greeting elders, keeping it real, showing respect across the board. No drama in sight. No mention of 50 Cent, no G-Unit talk, nothing. Just gratitude, just pride, just a man hitting 45 and letting the world see the love he gets back. But everything was about to flip fast, because while Buck was outside celebrating, somebody else was watching that live very closely.
Okay. So he takes a jab at Yayo, and apparently Yayo responds. And Yayo responds like this.
I'm out here with them, real riders, man. It's baby, real riders, man, baby. Real riders, real folks, real community. That's what Buck was pushing. That was the whole message behind the birthday. Meanwhile, 50 Cent was already moving, phone in hand, plotting, putting together one of the most disrespectful posts seen in a minute. That's how 50 operates. Quiet, strategic, always watching. If he sees even the smallest opening to turn your moment into his content, he's taking it every single time. No hesitation. And this time the move was wild.
Leave that, man. This ain't no game. And I just be sitting back and watching, man.
He dropped an AI-generated, heavily edited parody image styled like the old-school 1970s show, The Dukes of Hazzard. But this wasn't some lazy meme.
Reposted the image to their combined millions of followers within hours.
This was detailed. Clean edits, full concept, real effort behind it. A full recreation of that classic promo poster with the General Lee front and center. 50 inserted himself as Bo Duke, the main character. Tony Yayo popped up right next to him in the frame. And the part that really got people talking. The piece that lit the internet up instantly. Gorilla's sister, Victoria Scarface Woods, better known as Barilla, got edited right onto Daisy Duke's body, the same Daisy Duke known for those iconic short shorts. Then 50 slid T.I. into the mix too, casting him as Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane, the goofy cop from the show. Because 50's been throwing shots at Tip as well. Why go after one person when you can line up 3 targets in one post?
Trying to manipulate these fans' minds and shit until the bullshit come to an end and that shit catch up with you.
That's classic 50 Cent strategy. And Buck? He was the main focus, the one completely erased, swapped out like he was never part of the crew in the first place. The caption 50 dropped for millions to see said, "They mad because you up. Young Buck kicked out. You and the group, at least I know you ain't looking at my AI. LOL." Even academics had to pause when he saw it. Even he knew that hit different.
They ain't gonna do a goddamn thing, all that old bluff. Keep that shit up there.
On the surface, it might look like one of 50's usual jokes, the kind that racks up likes before people even finish breakfast. But if you know the history, if you've really been following this situation for nearly 2 decades, then you already know every word in that caption was loaded and aimed on purpose.
Now you got kids all over you. You can't even do nothing with the man's children. So you wanna just start trolling different folks and this and that.
When 50 said Young Buck kicked out, that wasn't random. That was him dragging up Buck's messy 2008 exit from G Unit. That situation was tied to money issues, loyalty questions, and what 50 labeled reckless moves. Then when he added, "At least I know you ain't looking at my AI," that was another direct jab, pulling from that same long-running rumor from the 2000s involving Buck and a transgender woman, something 50 has used again and again in this feud.
Man, come on, man, the gig is up, man. Goddamn, how much trolling and shit you gonna do before you do something?
This wasn't just a joke. It was a calculated hit aimed straight at Buck's career and personal life. That's 50's playbook, and he's been running it with precision for years. And just like that, Buck saw it, and he didn't stay quiet. But before we get there, you need to understand how fast this blew up. This wasn't slow motion. It exploded instantly. Major blog pages like Academics, Baller Alert, Industry on Blast, Traps and Trunks, everybody reposted it within hours. Millions of eyes locked in right away.
Come to your neighborhood, though. Go to your neighborhood. We want to see you walk around Queens. Go walk around Queens, man.
YouTube channels started dropping reaction videos before the day even ended. Titles like 50 Cent trolls Young Buck on his birthday and Young Buck crashes out on 50 Cent, flooding timelines. Twitter went wild, memes everywhere, broke boy jokes flying nonstop, debates popping off about the challenge. Comment sections turned into straight battlegrounds, some people backing Buck, others laughing with 50. Even Barilla herself stepped in, looking unbothered and hyped just to be part of the moment.
With no security, we want to see what your life like. You so goddamn tough.
This situation had momentum from the start, and it wasn't slowing down at all. And just like that, with one perfectly timed Instagram post, 50 Cent flipped Buck's 45th birthday into the opening round of another chapter in one of the most one-sided, relentless beefs hip-hop has ever seen. But Buck, and this part matters, was not about to let that slide. Not this time. Not on his birthday. What he did next is where everything really caught fire.
Your gig is up. The laughs is over with. Now they see what it really been.
Here's what people keep getting wrong about Young Buck. This is not somebody who just sits back and ignores disrespect like that. He's not scrolling past that kind of post on his birthday and pretending it didn't happen. That's not him. And to his credit, he didn't fold. He didn't duck. He didn't throw out some vague quote and keep it moving. Nah, what Buck did was raw, direct, and rooted in real street energy. The kind that built his name in the first place. He grabbed his phone, opened Instagram, hit go live, and took it straight to his neighborhood. Not a studio, not some luxury spot. He went right into the heart of Nashville. surrounded by OGs and people who've known him since day one, walking through the block, calling people by name, stopping through Ed's fish spot like it's just another regular day. No security, no handlers, no big entourage, just Buck and his people. And from that position, he started speaking on everything. Buck made it clear immediately. He's been watching all of it. Every post, every meme, every jab. He saw the whole rollout from 50 in real time. He'd been holding back, letting it slide for a minute, but not anymore. That birthday post, that was the final straw. That's what pushed him to respond.
It's my C-Day. And I ain't signed to your no more. Yeah, and I don't owe you a quota.
When Buck started talking about trying to manipulate, he was calling out something deeper, something people in the culture have been quietly noticing. That 50's whole approach now revolves around controlling narratives, using humor, memes, and viral moments to shape how people see things. It's less about music, more about moments, less substance, more spectacle. And Buck was basically saying people are starting to see through it.
Page in all 50s. Po ass petty nigga.
You got a shot.
What's going on?
Come on, man.
Let's go. Where's that?
Right here.
Then he shifted gears and sent a direct shot toward 50's situation with T.I. With Tip's sons already going at 50 online, Buck pointed out that there are real issues happening. Family situations, younger people getting involved. And instead of addressing that like a grown man, 50 is online making AI jokes about Buck's birthday. That was Buck questioning priorities straight up. Handle your own situation before coming at me. Then Buck doubled down and made something very clear. This internet tough talk doesn't mean much in real life. Keep that shit up there, meaning keep it online. Keep it wherever it lives digitally. Because where Buck is, from Nashville streets, that energy doesn't translate the same way face to face. He was drawing a clear line between online antics and real-world presence.
No different than I think 50 was, and I didn't know their situations was that serious to the point where I needed to fire a shot.
And then came the moment that set everything off. The line that spread across every platform, every group chat, every reaction channel. Go walk around Queens. That challenge shifted the entire energy. 50 had been operating behind a screen, but Buck was standing outside, grounded in his environment. Now, some people argue that it's not realistic for someone at 50's level of fame to just walk around freely. And sure, that's true on a surface level. But that wasn't Buck's point. His point was about connection. He was outside, getting love, moving freely, no barriers.
That's how me and close Shy was. Me and Shy were fucking probably closer than me and 50. Him and 50 was, you know, so.
And he was asking, can you say the same? Then Buck closed it out with a line that carried serious weight. It's my C-Day. I don't owe you a quarter. That wasn't random. That was a direct reference to the bankruptcy situation where Buck paid 50 roughly $200,690 through the courts, clearing that long-standing debt, meaning it's done, finished, no more leverage, no more control. That chapter is closed. But if Buck thought that going live like that would make 50 ease up, he misread the situation completely, because 50 came right back. Within hours, he reposted Buck's own video and added a caption designed to hit even harder. Lord, look at this punk ass. We know you like them boys. Buck Barilla like the girls. That's a better fit around here, punk. You in your hood because you broke boy, LOL. And just like that, Broke Boy took over everything. It spread fast. Every platform, every comment section, every conversation. And what made it so effective was how it flipped Buck's message entirely. Buck was saying, I'm outside, I'm respected, I'm home. And 50 turned it into, you're there because you have no other option. A complete narrative switch, ruthless, strategic, and exactly how 50 plays the game. You ain't humble? You're stuck. You ain't choosing the block. The block is all you got left. That right there was the narrative 50 flipped into place. Whether it's facts or not doesn't even matter. The damage comes from how it sounds. That kind of cold reframe is exactly why 50 Cent is one of the most dangerous names in hip-hop when it comes to public battles. Buck wasn't backing down at all, but let's be real for a second. 50 had already taken control of the moment online. Tony Yayo jumped straight into the comments saying, "We be in Southside all the time," repping South Jamaica, Queens, and backing the idea that G-Unit moves freely wherever they want. That wasn't random, that was reinforcement. That was strategy. Then the media locked in fast. Platforms like Hot New Hip Hop, XXL, and Hot 97 grabbed screenshots before anything could disappear. Once it hits those outlets, it's stamped into the timeline forever. And 50 still wasn't done. He went back, pulled up an old clip connected to that same rumor involving Buck, and reposted it with the caption, "No reunion, FK that Barilla. On the next tour, I'll FK around and put him in my new show, The Accomplice." That message was loud and clear. No reunion, no fixing things, no mercy at all. Meanwhile, academics' posts that gave Buck's side some light started pulling major traction. Thousands of likes, hundreds of comments, and the crowd was split right down the middle. Some people were backing Buck, respecting how he stood on business in his own hood. Others were bringing up his past losses, using history against him. And that history, it's long. We're talking about 18 years of back and forth. That's what makes this situation different from most rap beefs. This isn't some quick social media argument that fades in a week. This isn't a few sneak disses that get cleared up in an interview and everybody moves on. Nah, this runs way deeper. This didn't start with memes, it didn't start with a diss track, and it definitely didn't start over a birthday clip. This goes back to the core of the industry: money, contracts, royalties, publishing rights, and more than anything, it's about what happens when personal relationships and business collide. When loyalty gets tested and nobody knows how to fix what breaks. Young Buck came into G-Unit around 2002 to 2003. By 2004, he dropped straight out of Cashville, went platinum, and helped put Nashville on the map in a major way. Everything looked solid on the outside, but behind the scenes, cracks were already forming. The tension really started when 50 Cent and Shaw Money XL, the manager and one of the key architects behind G-Unit, fell out over money. And Buck, he was close to Shaw Money, not just business, personal, real loyalty there. So when 50 told the whole team to cut ties with Shaw Money, Buck got stuck in a tough position. This wasn't a simple decision. On one side, you've got your brother, someone you stood next to in real life. On the other, your boss, the one who opened the door for your career. Either choice came with consequences. Buck didn't fully understand how deep the issues between 50 and Shaw Money went, but what he did know was this: he wasn't turning his back on someone close to him over a situation he didn't start, and that one decision set everything else in motion. From there, the separation became obvious. While 50, Lloyd Banks, and Tony Yayo were moving together, performing, and staying visible as a unit, Buck was on the outside. He got pulled from group appearances, left to push his album Buck the World without the same support system, and that kind of isolation started to show. Then the media stepped in. Once reporters picked up on tension inside G-Unit, the questions started coming non-stop. What's really going on? What's the issue? And Buck, after holding it down for a while, finally spoke on the money side of things in interviews around 2007 to 2008. That moment hit 50 the wrong way. In his mindset, you don't bring internal issues into public spaces. No matter what's happening behind the scenes, you keep it inside. So once Buck spoke out, that was it. April 7th, 2008, 50 Cent went on Hot 97 and made it official. Young Buck was out of G-Unit. No build-up, no back and forth, just a direct statement. You can take this as official notice. Clean, final, no room for discussion. But what happened next is what really shifted everything. Because 50 had something else ready the entire time. Something he had been holding on to quietly. In June 2008, 50 leaked a private phone call he had recorded about a year earlier. 16 minutes of audio. And this wasn't just any call. This was personal. On that recording, you hear young Buck in a completely different state, emotional, breaking down, apologizing, asking not to be cut off. It wasn't performance, it sounded real. A man facing the possibility of losing everything he built. From the very beginning of that audio, you can hear it clearly. The tone, the pressure, the fear of what comes next. Buck was explaining that he couldn't bring himself to go against 50 publicly. The connection was too deep at that point. And all of that, every word was being recorded without him knowing. Then came the line that followed him for years, the one people kept bringing back up over and over again. That same family feel, fam. That single moment stuck. It became part of how people viewed him. And what made it even more complicated was 50's response on that call. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't aggressive. He sounded calm, almost supportive, like someone trying to guide the situation instead of escalate it, which made the whole thing hit even harder. Stay closer. That was the 50's advice. Stay close so you don't mess up. On the surface, it sounds like guidance, sounds like mentorship, like a big homie trying to keep someone on track. But the reality behind that moment, way colder than it looked, because while that conversation was happening, 50 was recording the entire thing, saving it, holding on to it, just waiting for the right time to use it. And when that moment finally came, he didn't hesitate. He dropped it for the world to hear. No warning, no heads up, just hit publish and let the internet do the rest. Once that tape hit, it was over, finished. Blogs and forums immediately ran with it, labeling it as the moment Young Buck's image took a major hit. You gotta remember the era. 2008 hip-hop culture was ruthless. Showing emotion like that, it wasn't respected the way people might see it today. Back then, vulnerability was seen as weakness. Being broke carried heavy stigma. And your image, that was everything. That was your value. So hearing a rapper known for toughness breaking down emotionally on a recorded call, that shifted everything overnight. The reaction was intense. Comment sections lit up. Blogs pushed it heavy. Conversations everywhere turned against him. Buck went from being seen as a strong Southern voice in G Unit to being defined by that one moment. He didn't stay quiet though. The very next day, Buck responded with a diss track called Taped Conversation. And on there he rapped, "The only people that record conversations is 5-0 and the police," flipping 50's name into a statement. It was a direct response. Clear message. But the problem was bigger than bars, because you can't out-rap audio that people already heard. The recording carried more weight than any verse could. That moment stuck. And from there, 50 kept the upper hand in the public eye. For years after that, Buck was still tied into G Unit through contracts. That limited his ability to move freely. Dropping music, building momentum, controlling his own path, it wasn't fully in his hands. That kind of situation slows everything down. There was a moment in 2014 at Summer Jam where it looked like things might turn around. G Unit reunited on stage. Fans were excited. Seeing them together again brought energy back. But behind the scenes, nothing was really fixed. And it didn't take long for things to fall apart again. Then things escalated again in 2019, and this time it got even more intense. 50 leaked alleged audio tied to Buck in a personal situation and launched another wave of online trolling. Posting constantly, creating mock GoFundMe pages, filing copyright claims that led to Buck's videos getting pulled down, and repeating phrases like "he wants his money" over and over like it was branding. Buck pushed back by calling for a Versus-style battle. He wanted to take it to music, put skill against skill, but 50 never stepped into that space. He stayed online, stayed in control of the narrative, and kept applying pressure in his own way. Then the situation moved out of social media and into the legal system. The money dispute became the next chapter, and this wasn't small talk. This was serious. The core issue centered around about $250,000 that 50 said was advanced to Buck through a 2014 deal for albums that never got delivered. In 2020, Buck filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That shifted everything into the courts. G-Unit stepped in as a creditor, and now it wasn't about posts or captions. It was paperwork, filings, and legal arguments. The case stretched out over years, both sides throwing claims back and forth. Questions about finances, allegations about hidden assets, disputes over ownership and obligations. It turned into a full legal battle. Then in July 2025, it finally reached a conclusion. The court finalized the settlement. Buck's estate was liquidated and a payment of $200,690 was made directly to 50 Cent. That closed the case officially. No more back and forth in court. And once that happened, every major outlet picked it up. Hip Hop, DX, Complex, Vibe, headline after headline, all saying the same thing. The legal fight was over. The debt was settled. But even with the paperwork closed and the money paid, the tension didn't disappear. Because this situation was never just about money. It was about history, reputation, control of the narrative. And as everything playing out now shows, that story is still unfolding. And that's exactly why this current moment feels different. Because on paper, everything should be finished, the debt handled, the court case closed, no more business ties left to argue over. But somehow, the tension is still alive, still active, still loud. That tells you this was never just about contracts or money. This is personal history that never got resolved. Years of back and forth, public moments, and damage that doesn't just disappear because paperwork says it's done. And now in 2026, all it took was one post, one AI meme for everything to spark again. Because from 50's side, the approach hasn't changed at all. He's still playing the same game. Control the moment, drop something shocking, let the internet run wild with it, and sit back while the narrative builds itself. That formula has worked for him again and again. But what's different now is Buck's position. Back then, he was tied into contracts, limited, moving under pressure. Now, that situation is cleared. No debt hanging over him. No legal weight slowing him down. That changes how he can respond. That changes how he moves. And you saw that shift clearly with the live. He didn't respond with a track first. He didn't go through interviews. He went straight to the people, straight to his environment, showing where he stands in real life. That's a different type of message. At the same time, 50 flipped it instantly, turned that same footage into another angle, another joke, another viral moment. That's the pattern. One person shows reality, the other reshapes it into entertainment, and the audience decides what sticks. Now the conversation is split again. Some people are saying Buck standing in his hood with no security shows real connection. Others are saying 50's angle hit harder because it reframed the situation in a way that spreads faster online. And in today's world, perception moves quicker than truth. That's what makes this so ongoing. It's not just about who's right or wrong, it's about who controls how the story is told. Every post, every clip, every reaction adds another layer. And both of them know exactly how to play their role in that. The real question now is what happens next. Does this stay online? Memes, captions, quick shots back and forth? Or does it turn into something bigger again? Music, interviews, direct responses that take it to another level? Because history already showed how far this can go. This isn't new territory for either of them. They've been through every phase of this before. Music, personal moments, business disputes, public fallout, and every time it seems like it cools off, something brings it right back. And right now, all eyes are locked in again, watching closely, waiting to see who makes the next move. Because one thing is clear, this situation never really ended. It just went quiet for a minute, and now it's loud all over again. 50 Cent wins the financial battle with Young Buck. Another L added to Buck's record, another W stamped on 50's side. And if losing in court wasn't already enough pressure, April 2025 made things even worse. Buck ended up serving 30 days in Sumner County Jail for violating bond conditions on a separate case. The mugshot hit the internet fast. And just like clockwork, 50 was already on it within hours. He posted the mugshot and joked, "Damn, how that head get like that police must have hit him in the head. LOL," and followed it up with a Megamind gif. No hesitation, no filter. The man doesn't let a single moment pass without turning it into content. That's exactly how this whole situation keeps circling back around. And just like that, we're right back where it started. March 2026, birthday trolling, horse videos, and a beef that shows absolutely no signs of slowing down. If anything, it's picking up more attention again. What makes it even crazier, this isn't the only situation 50 has going on right now. He's juggling multiple issues at once. T.I., Mino, Papoose, even Clarissa Shields. Different names, same approach. IG posts, AI edits, humor mixed with direct shots. It's a full strategy at this point. So now the real question is this: is it still funny? Because yeah, the memes go viral. People repost. The Dukes of Hazzard edit gets laughs. The broke boy line spreads everywhere. That side of it moves fast. But on the other side of all that, there's a real history, a real person involved. Someone who, despite everything, once stood side by side with 50, built something together, shared moments that were bigger than all this internet noise. Someone who once said family on a call that the whole world ended up hearing. And depending on how you see it, this is either one of the wildest, most strategic beefs hip-hop has ever seen, or one of the most drawn-out personal situations that never really got resolved. Either way, it's still unfolding right in front of everyone. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who's really up right now? Hit that like button, subscribe for more breakdowns like this, and share this with someone who's been following this story. Stay locked in, because this one is far from over.